Hey there guys, aarava here, and today bringing you a very different video, and this is going to be about an idea for a game mode that I thought of, which is F1 Dream Team, or it's basically F1 Ultimate Team, essentially. It's sort of like mimicking F1, it's sort of mimicking FIFA Ultimate Team, and I actually made a very similar video to this 3 years ago, but obviously, as you can imagine, 3 years ago, I was only 300 subscribers, no one really gave a shit, whereas now I'm coming back 3 years later, and maybe there'll be more people to see it, and maybe just, give your thoughts. Now, obviously, before I get into the video, obviously a big disclaimer: this will never happen. Something like this will never happen, because I was tweeting about it on Twitter, and people were tweeting me like, "Oh, it won't happen. The logistics are wrong," and people are getting the wrong idea. I'm not saying that I want this to happen or this should be a game mode. It was just a bit of fun, a bit of creative fun, just creating these cards, because I love watching FIFA Ultimate Team stuff on YouTube. I love the fact, you got Team of the Seasons out right now. It's awesome to see like pack openings and stuff like that. I find it quite entertaining when, my favorite FIFA YouTubers get really good cards and whatnot. And it just got me thinking about F1 and, imagine if F1 had something like that. And it's just sort of a creative fun process. I made some cards on Twitter. If you don't follow me over there, it's @_aarava. And basically I made some cards, and a lot of people really like the look of the cards and wanted to see more of the cards and were requesting different cards to be made. So I just thought I'd make a video about it and kind of show you guys on YouTube who don't follow me over on Twitter about these kind of cards that I photoshopped, and maybe a little idea of how they could have ever been implemented. But once again, as I'm going to say many times in this video, this is never going to happen. I don't actually want this to happen, because Cody's aren't big enough to make something like this ever happen. They would like waste time on this than improving the game, and they're not EA. EA have money and the resources and the people to kind of send in an entire team off just to do one game mode and an entire team to do another game mode. So this is just kind of like a rough idea, and mainly just kind of showing you off the photoshopping. So we're going to get on straight to the first kind of scene. So obviously, like FIFA, you have to choose packs to open. So it could be like a gold pack and a jumbo gold pack for F1. You could also have super rare packs which have rarer cards in them, and then you could have silver packs and bronze packs. Now in the standard gold pack, I'm thinking you would get like one gold card, one silver card, and 3 consumables. Now a gold card would be like a Formula 1 driver, a silver card would be like a GP2, a GP3 driver, and then consumables would be things like contracts for the drivers, so the amount of races you can actually drive with your cards that you've got. The ability to use DRS, so maybe a default would be you're not allowed to use DRS during the race, and then you have to have the consumables for DRS to be able to use them. Maybe ERS boosting, because in real life, they don't have it in the game at the moment, unfortunately, but in real life, the drivers can press a button to get an extra bit of boost for ERS, so that could be another consumable. But then along with the drivers, you could also have like gold team cards, so you could have Mercedes, Ferrari, Mclaren, all the way down to Mana, and that could kind of in itself be something different to kind of add to the race. So let's say we open this gold pack, this kind of normal gold pack, we get 1 gold card, silver, and 3 consumables. So we've got our gold card as Sebastian Vettel, we've got our silver as Stoffel Vandoorne, and we've got our 3 other cards, consumables, contract races for 8 races. We've got DRS twice for 2 races long, so you can use DRS for 4 races. So we've got Vettel as a gold card and Stoffel Vandoorne as a silver. As I said, this video is more just to show you guys the actual photoshopping, because it seemed like you guys really like the design of it. So I haven't really thought too much into how it would be implemented, but a rough idea I'm having right now coming to mind would be maybe if every single person who got the cards, obviously, that you're playing, you join a lobby, and maybe you have to be in a team with an AI car. So you choose which card you want to be, and you choose what the AI card is going to be. So you can make a strategic gamble. Do I go as Stoffel Vandoorne and try to outperform his ability, the performance of his car, and try and get up the grid? And do I let the AI of Vettel try and get me some good points? Or do I go as Vettel, try to win the race, and hope the Vandoorne AI gets some good points as well? As I said, you could do team cards, so like Mercedes all the way down to Mana. And maybe team cards could kind of alter the setup. So maybe if you got Mercedes, you had full reign of the car setup during the garage before you go out on the grid. And maybe if you're Mana, you can't do anything, and it has to be the default setup. So like F1 2014 has a setup menu. Maybe Mercedes, if you had the Mercedes team card, you could access every single part of that setup menu. If you're a Mana, you can't access any of it, and you have to go with the default setup they give you on the game. Just a little idea, and consumables, as I said, they just affect, what you can do in the race, how many races you can do with certain cards. Now, just like FIFA, obviously, you would obviously have to have rarer cards. You know, you have Driver of the Seasons, you have like Hero cards, you have Record Breaker cards. So if you opened up like a rare pack, so a special rare pack would have one rare card, one gold card, and 8 consumables maybe. So the rare card, in this case, we've got an Inform Malaysia Vettel. So this is Vettel's Inform card that he got from Malaysia. And then we have a normal gold card, which is Fernando Alonso's gold card. And then we have 8 consumables there. So a lot more contracts. You can use the drivers for a lot more. And that will be a kind of another different kind of level to it. So you would obviously maybe be able to get a legend card as a rare, or, you know, a hero card, or a record breaker card, or like a World Championship card, or a Driver of the Season card for the rare cards. Once more, just little kind of just kind of vague ideas I'm throwing out here. Again, it's more just to show you guys the actual cards. So that's been my little idea for F1 Dream Team, Ultimate Team. We all can dream, and really, you know, during this week, the past 2 days, I was just having a lot of fun photoshopping these cards. So I thought, you know, why don't I continue photoshopping them? Because I'm just really having a lot of fun doing it. Obviously, this would probably never ever happen in a million years. But if you guys do like the idea, then do tell me in the comments below if you have any ideas of how this could be implemented. Because I'm sure there's other people who would have much better ideas on how to actually make this work. Then comment those below. It's just all ideas and fun little kind of creative dreaming. Now, finally, before I go, I'm going to show you all the cards I've made so far, because that's the main kind of thing. You guys love the look of the cards, so I'm going to quickly show you all the different cards I've made. So first up, we've got Fernando Alonso's basic gold card, 91 rated, but then we've also got his green hero card, which has been awarded to him for his services for Ferrari. So that's a 95 rated hero card, and that's got him attributed to Ferrari. So once more, like I didn't mention in the first part of the video, but you know, the fact that the teams could change based on these hero cards could mean your chemistry with the teams changes, and I don't know how that would affect anything, but I don't know, just ideas. The next one is Jenson Button's normal gold card, 87 rated, and then his hero card for being at Brawn GP for his mega amazing season in 2009. Coming to the big hitters, Hamilton's normal gold card rated at 91, his Inform card when he wins a race maybe at 93 rated, and then his 2014 World Drivers' Championship card in purple there, 95 rated. Going on to Daniel Ricciardo, 87 rated normal gold card, but then Driver of the Season 2014 card shooting up to 94 rated with some amazing stats. We could then have record breaker cards. So anytime a driver kind of writes history, breaks records, they could have a record breaker card awarded to them that week. So Verstappen would obviously get a record breaker card awarded to him on the first race, being the youngest driver to compete in Formula 1. And then finally, Sebastian Vettel's normal gold card, 91 rated, Inform Malaysia card, 92 rated, and then the big Mac Daddy on the right. This would be a super, super rare card to get, which would be a 97 rated Vettel, Red Bull Racing attributed. This would be a record breaker card and also a World Drivers' Championship, because this would be a 4-time World Drivers' Championship card, but also a record breaker at the same time. So that's why it's a kind of special, different red sort of colour, and it would have him at Red Bull Racing. So that would be like a super, super rare card to get. And then obviously, how could you not have Ultimate Team without legend cards? Schumacher 98 rated, Senna 99. Obviously, that's very debatable. I don't really have an opinion on how their ratings could be, but a kind of like white-looking, kind of snazzy legend card obviously has to be in whatever Ultimate Team sort of game mode you're doing. So guys, that's been the entire video. I know it's a very kind of disjointed, unstructured, random video, but essentially the biggest part of this video was just to show you the cards, because a lot of people on Twitter really like the look of them, so I thought I'd show you guys over here on YouTube. But at the same time, you know, it might show that, you know, this game, the F1 as a franchise, can go a bit more than just your standard career mode and just normal, just boring kind of single online races and, you know, people doing leagues on them. But I also might point out that, you know, F1 as a franchise so far hasn't been too innovative. I could be proved wrong with F1 2015. We don't know how that's going to be with the cutscenes, the grid interviews, or hopefully grid interviews, podium celebrations, and whatnot. So maybe I'll be proved wrong and they're going to be a bit more innovative for the upcoming F1 2015 game. But it kind of does show the scope of this game and where it could go if people just started thinking outside the box. And if, you know, the studio, I don't know if Codemasters is going to keep the license for it, but if they kept the license license, then maybe if they need to start maybe trying to pressurize FOM into allowing them to kind of be a bit more creative, because I get the sense they're sort of tied behind their back. Their arms are kind of tied behind their back in terms of what they can do in the game because of this FOM licensing issues. So I don't know if you guys agree with me. Then maybe let's try and tweet this out to Codemasters, get them to see it. If anything, it'd just be kind of cool for them to see it, because last time, 3 years ago, we got them to see my Ultimate Team video 3 years ago when I was 300 subs. It'd be absolutely amazing if we could try and get them to see it now, 3 years later, with a bit more better kind of presentation style with the Ultimate Team thing. I guess, they won't be able to do anything. They'll just say it'll never happen in a million years, but I guess it would be kind of cool for them to see it anyway. It's probably not a game mode that will ever happen, but you know what? People need to start thinking of these ideas in Codemasters and whatever studio maybe gets the license next, because this game needs to have more longevity. That's a big issue with the F1 games, that they get very boring very fast for the entire community. And obviously you see like a peak playing time at the very start when the game comes out, and then it rapidly just dies out after like 5 months. And that was also one of the issues that Into the Barrier tweeted me about. In his opinion, he thinks that's definitely one of the biggest problems that F1 games have, is the fact you can't play them year long with the same amount of hype. Whereas FIFA, obviously with Ultimate Team, they constantly create hype with the new kind of cards coming out. And that means people are still playing FIFA, very, kind of dedicated playing FIFA the entire year round. Whereas F1, it sort of starts to die out and doesn't have much longevity. So it's something that maybe I think Codemasters need to think about in the future if they get the license again. Just in general, the F1 franchise, FOM need to think about, trying to open up themselves and kind of get away from, we need to protect every single copyright known to man. Because, even the definition of copyright these days is sort of outdated, and they need to sort of start opening their minds up to what the franchise could be. And, if they want to try and make the game bigger, they're going to have to try and open up their minds a bit to being a bit more creative and making the game a bit, kind of go longer in the cycle. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you did enjoy the ideas and just generally the photoshops you've seen on screen today, then do give the video a like. Comment below what you thought. And finally, I think it'd be absolutely amazing, guys, like we did 3 years ago, if we could try and tweet this to Codemasters and, just get them to watch it. I mean, obviously, they'll probably just say straight away within 1 second of the video, just it won't happen. The FOM licensing won't let it happen, and it just wouldn't happen in a million years. But it would still be a cool thing if they actually watched it and just kind of saw some creative juices flowing for F1. But yeah, if you're new around here as well, subscribe for daily F1. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.